Science is not only compatible with spirituality, it is a profound source of spirituality. When you are living the best version of yourself, you inspire others to live the best versions of themselves. There is something almost shocking in the notion of so chaste a function carrying this canny and hurly-burly in her womb. The eye sees only what the mind is prepared to comprehend. The right thing at the wrong time is the wrong thing. Sometimes we have to soak ourselves in the tears and fears of the past to water our future gardens. Because if you found meaning in your life, you don't want to go back. You want to go forward. Once the writer in every individual comes to life, we are in for an age of universal deafness and lack of understanding. What's even more messed up than funerals is the way people treat you after the funeral, like you're diseased or something. Life is like an onion. You peel it off one layer at a time, and sometimes you weep. Man is the only creature who refuses to be what he is. Whether you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. We are stuck with technology when what we really want is just stuff that works. It is your responsibility to find fault with me. It is mine to hear you out. But don't expect me to change. Don't go on discussing what a good person should be. Just be one. Never say that I have taken it, only that I have given it back. People at war with themselves will always cause collateral damage in the lives of those around them. My destination is no longer a place, rather a new way of seeing. You are always a young magician with your own methods of creating your own world. Fantasy is hardly an escape from reality. It's a way of understanding it. It is not worth the while to let our imperfections disturb us always. If we don't change the direction we are headed, we will end up where we are going. If you don't want anyone to know about your existence, you might as well kill yourself. You're taking up space, air. If you can't impress them with your argument, impress them with your actions. No persons are more frequently wrong than those who will not admit they are wrong. Life is not like water. Things in life don't necessarily flow over the shortest possible route. We don't receive wisdom, we must discover it for ourselves. I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. Belief can be manipulated. Only knowledge is dangerous. The saddest aspect of life right now is that science gathers knowledge faster than society gathers wisdom. Liberty without learning is always in peril, and learning without liberty is always in vain. Create your own miracles. Do what you think you cannot do. That's what fiction is for. It's for getting at the truth when the truth isn't sufficient for the truth. You often meet your fate on the road you take to avoid it. I've heard that the soul often recognizes truth when it hears it, even if the mind does not. If cats looked like frogs, we'd realize what nasty, cruel little bastards they are. Style. That's what people remember. Do not wait for the last judgment. It comes every day. In life, you need either inspiration or desperation. Happiness is not the absence of problems, it's the ability to deal with them. A rose does not answer its enemies with words, but with beauty. Dreams are what keep us growing. They are what keep us alive. To give up is to let our dreams die. For a word to be spoken, there must be silence, before and after. As long as your ideas of what's possible are limited by what's actual, no other idea has a chance. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. Today, I bent the truth to be kind, and I have no regret, for I am far surer of what is kind than I am of what is true. In life, there are two things which are dependable: the pleasures of the flesh and the pleasures of literature. You cannot control the behavior of others, but you can always choose how you respond to it. I had forgotten how much light there is in the world till you gave it back to me. Life is short. Focus on what really matters most. You have to change your priorities over time. The aim is to balance the terror of being alive with the wonder of being alive. I could die for you, but I couldn't and wouldn't live for you. He who jumps into the void owes no explanation to those who stand and watch. You will have 500 million little bells, and I shall have 500 million springs of fresh water. If you believe in destiny and its special magic, do not ever feel that the pain you carry is going to become real. Optimists move through life with a happy exterior. What happens on the inside shows up on the outside. I saw the world from the stars' point of view, and it looked unbearably lonely. My biggest fault is that the faults I was born with grow bigger each year. Sometimes you have to take 2 steps back to take 10 forward. Some stories wait their turn to be told. Others just tap you on the shoulder and insist you tell them. Every day when I go to bed, it's my year end, and when I wake up, it's my new year. Snow floated down every once in a while, but it was frail snow, like a memory fading into the distance. The most important day in your life is the day when you come to realize who you really are. It was the living who ignored the strange and wonderful, because life was too full of the boring and mundane. Because horror on earth is real and it is every day. It is like a flower or like the sun. It cannot be contained. What we achieve inwardly will change outer reality. The things that pose the greatest threats to your survival are the most real things. Look for the good in every person and every situation. You'll almost always find it. If we admit that human life can be ruled by reason, then all possibility of life is destroyed. Great heroes need great sorrows and burdens, or half their greatness goes unnoticed. It is all part of the fairy tale. In truth, Freud sees nothing and understands nothing. Time changes all things. There is no reason why language should escape this universal law. Life is half delicious yogurt, half crap, and your job is to keep the plastic spoon in the yogurt. Even if there is a small lie in the truth you're telling, it will make the truth questionable. Most of what I say is complete truth. My edit button is broken. There are few sources of energy so powerful as a procrastinating college student. The certainty about the uncertain is that it will remain uncertain till the time it's certain. I believe much trouble and blood would be saved if we opened our hearts more. Do you not then hear this horrible scream all around you that people usually call silence? There would be no society if living together depended upon understanding each other. Trust the story. The storyteller may dissemble and deceive. The story can't. The story can only ever be itself. Sometimes change was good. Sometimes it was even exactly what you needed. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Don't appreciate me. I'm not up to it. Don't criticize me. I don't deserve it. Just be my friend and forgive me, because I am craving for it. Where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. The moment we cry in a film is not when things are sad, but when they turn out to be more beautiful than we expected them to be. It takes too much energy to be against something unless it's really important. 90% of everything you believe you can achieve in life you will. Now and then it's good to pause in our pursuit of happiness and just be happy. The true mystery of the world is the visible, not the invisible. The journey is what brings us happiness, not the destination. Some use drugs to silence the pain. Others use them to feel the pain they silenced. It is not that I am mad. It is only that my head is different from yours. There is your truth and there is my truth. As for the universal truth, it does not exist. Without deviation from the norm, progress is not possible. Home is the place where, when you have to go there, they have to take you in. A home filled with nothing but yourself. It's heavy, that lightness. It's crushing, that emptiness. When you came, you cried, and everybody smiled with joy. When you go, smile and let the world cry for you. Sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great. You can be that generation. There is no dark side of the moon, really. As a matter of fact, it's all dark. The truth isn't always beauty, but the hunger for it is.